Hi guys, making a guest appearance here for the Tubers High Score Challenge, and for the past 2 weeks we've been playing a game choice from me, and that was Wet Tricks. And so this game originally came out in 1998 on the N64, and the year after it came out on the PC. After that there was ports to the Game Boy Color and to the Sega Dreamcast, and then a sequel appeared on the PlayStation 2. I was playing this I think in something like 2004. And by that time it was already kind of abandonware on the PC. I was playing on the PC, and that's the version that we've been using here. And yeah, I've got fond memories of it. Back in the day, was playing a bit for fun, not really playing for score, and I've kind of played on and off, pretty much since then. Probably not playing every year, but every few years I'd fire it up. And the game's still available from myabandonware.com. You can download the RIP, just fire up the exe, no installation, and it runs. So very easy access there. For me, I think it's a pretty fun game. I think it's a nice twist on the kind of puzzle genre. I particularly like the isometric viewpoint. That kind of style of game appeals to me. It's quite a nice balance of different things. You basically have to manage the amount of water that you've got on the screen, whilst not using too much land, and then trying to maximize the number of lakes you've got and the number of lakes that are deep enough to have the ducks in them. So those ducks and the number of lakes, those contribute to the bonuses, and that obviously builds up your score. So the challenge here is very much managing all of those things and then maintaining a game long enough to get through a number of levels. The longer you go and the more lakes and the more ducks you have, the bigger the score. And so this one was a bit of a challenging one. I think a lot of people struggled with it. I did do a tutorial video 2 weeks ago to try and at least get some people up to speed with the basic game mechanics, because if you play this fresh for the first time, you're not really going to know what to do. A number of people did reasonably well, I would say, and our sort of usual heavy hitters in the comp, they've done pretty well, and were surprisingly close actually. Once again, as they have been many times. So yeah, let's move on to the scores. So let's start with the bottom half. So in 12th to 14th, we've got the guys playing their jokers. So we've got the Nawaf 258, Luke Rainford, and One Credit Gaming. And then we've got 5 scores here of kind of almost token efforts, guys who didn't fully get on top of the game mechanic. So Cosmic Colin down in 11th with 162 points. Golpane in 10th with 437 points. Harold LXXV with 497 points. Acidonia 150 in 8th with 503 points. And then Pirate Daz in 7th with 522 points. So if we now move to the top half of the scoring positions, so we've got Mark Blaster in 6th with 106,866. So kind of the first one to put in a more reasonable effort there. And you can see the difference in scores is quite significant, because once you kind of get the game going, once you start getting the bonuses in, the score massively ramps up. In 5th, we've got Ponder, my friend Colin. So he's got not much more than Mark actually, 107,601. In 4th, we've got Novabug. He's got 525,248, so another chunk ahead of Ponder, getting on top of the game a bit more. Then we move on to our top 3. So in 3rd, we've got Maud. So he scored 2,393,428. That's a great effort from Maud. I think once you're kind of over that million mark, you're on top of the game. You're able to make significant progress, and then it's just down to kind of optimizing how you kind of lay out your field of play, and then riding your luck a little bit as well. In 2nd, we've got Big Juffer. So he scored 3,104,268. Great effort from Juff. I don't think he's played this game before. We know he doesn't really like a puzzle game, and so to put in a very competitive score here, I think is a great effort. But at the top, probably a surprise to no one. I streamed this game, what was it, late last week, and I probably didn't score as much as potentially I could. I think there was more to come, but I did have a good game where I think I had 3 or 4 lakes with ducks in them, managed that for all the way through to something like level 10, went on for like nearly 30 minutes, and so yeah, I am this rounds winner of the Tubers High Score Challenge with 6,235,894 points. And so, yeah, that wraps up Wet Tricks. I think Luke will probably share the latest overall table. If I remember correctly, both Big Jaffa and Maud are on equal points, so I suspect this will put Big Jaffa 1 point ahead in the overall standings, but all the rest of the places will be updated shortly. So yeah, thanks to Luke and the other organisers of the competition for letting me fill in here and do the recap. And our next game, I think, is going to be Bank Panic. So this is a choice from Luke. 80s classic arcade game that I think I saw a couple of home releases. I seem to remember there was a version on the Master System, which I don't think was too bad. So yeah, this isn't actually an arcade game I've played before, but yeah, looking forward to giving it a go. So yeah, you guys all stay safe, and I'll catch you soon. See you then. Bye.